And we're live. Well, welcome to Champions Racing League, Acra Race 1 here at Daytona.
This race is brought to you by the Amir Page. What was it called? I feel so bad.
Esports.
Amir Page Esports.
Alright, what you're currently watching is just a little bit of the practice. Here in about 10 minutes, we are going to get underway for qualifying, and then we have a 45-lap race here at Daytona.
As there is Amir Page right now just wrecking into the wall.
And Gibbs.
Actually, wasn't it like Amir Page something tech?
It's the thumbnail, I'm pretty sure it is tech.
Alright, you know what? Step 1 in broadcasting is to know your sponsors. Step 2 is to know your drivers. And we don't know, I don't know either, so.
I know too. I just figured out we had a sponsor today, so I can't be blamed for that.
Alright, I'm gonna go on mute so I can finish up this sandwich.
Alright. Seems like they're heading out in a pack. Being that this is practice, quite a few of them are going to be messing around, like Amir right there. Probably trying to purposely wreck Gibbs. And then Gibbs getting loose and almost hitting Thornton. Currently viewing David Gibbs in the number 88 and Bryn George in the number 8. Of course, Gibbs being the reigning champion from last year and Bryn being the runner-up. This year they're teammates, so we'll see how much they work together on this little practice session. It'll be interesting to see how this teammate dynamic sort of works out throughout the season. But I guess there's got a track that teammates matter. It'd be Daytona with pushing and drafting, so it'll be interesting to see how these two play out. Seems like Bryn is missing his front right wheel. Or that might just be a glitch. as we wrap up this practice session. We are starting qualifying as we speak. So at the end of the practice session, you have Eric Heater topping the boards, followed by David Gibbs, Amir Page, Brady Floyd, Tristan Rivers, Casey Drake, and then Zachary Thornton. That rounds out your top 8.
Alright, I'm finally back from my sandwich, and it's Amir Page Tech ARCA Series. So there, I got the name right.
There.
Giving Amir some recognition that he deserves.
Speaking of Amir, we're following him around for his first qualifying lap here. It looks like Amir's going to be running high his whole first lap, trying to gain as much speed as possible for that second lap. That of course means that he's putting everything in on that second lap.
Usually what drivers tend to do is they tend to have that first lap being more of a momentum lap, and then that second lap being the one that actually sets the pace. So if you tap the wall, like Heater's really close to the wall right now, but if you do tap the wall, you're going to lose all of your momentum. But if you can stay right next to that wall, you're going to gain a ton of speed. So in this race, I expect some people to try and take those risks and hope that it pays out. If not, you're starting in the back.
Although being Daytona and that's a pack race, qualifying isn't necessarily the most important as long as you can stay within the draft and make sure you get some good runs here and there. Strategy-wise, do you think that they're going to have enough fuel to make it all 45 laps?
No, I believe the owner set it up and let the drivers know ahead of time that it's 50% fuel. So they are going to have to make 1 or 2 more stops.
You forgot tonight.
If we get cautions, then those cautions are easily going to help the drivers, I should say. Also, do we have the other camera angles available? Yep. Okay, cool. It looks like Amir just finished his lap and he's doing celebratory donuts.
It looks like Heater just beat him to that. And let's see about Gibbs' final lap.
Could we get the ticker up so we could see people's lap times?
I don't believe the ticker shows lap times. Ticker is up. It's just it doesn't show on your screen.
Oh yeah, it's on the stream, my bad.
Yep.
Top left corner. Oh, I guess we don't have it set up to show lap times.
Nope.
So it looks like Eric Heater right now is on pole. Oh, that's going to be frustrating though. I'm not going to know the driver order.
Are you gonna watch the stream in Discord, or you're gonna have to do the YouTube one?
I'll probably have to look at it live on YouTube with everybody else. Because school stinks. Well, actually it doesn't stink, but I can't have fun on iRacing.
It doesn't seem like anybody else is. The only other person on track right now is Zachary Thornton, and doesn't seem to be too worried about setting a qualifying lap.
Oh, you've seen him before. He likes to start in the back.
Yep.
Because these drivers do have the option of getting an extra bonus point if they can gain that track position. It looks like Zach is confident that he can gain track position and be at the front at the end when it matters.
Judging by the fact that half the field has opted that they aren't going to be setting their qualifying lap, this is certainly going to be interesting.
Looks like his tire was having a seizure out there.
This is a small field too for our races.
All right. And with that, we have Eric Heater on pole with Amir on his outside, followed by Gibbs. Casey Drake rounds up the second row, followed by Bradley Floyd, Bryn George, Tristan Rivers, and Zachary Thorin in the back.
Alright, we're just waiting for everybody to grid up right now. It's not the most exciting moment. Not an exciting moment for the drivers either, as you can hear some of them revving their engines out of boredom. Hopefully they don't blow their engine. If they do, they have 3 faster pairs for this race.
As the last person grids up, hopefully we'll be getting underway here soon.
I just got a reminder from the boss man, Zachary Thornton himself. He just wanted us to make sure to use different camera angles. So, don't worry, Zach. We got it. If not, that was Harrison's reminder.
Yep.
Yeah, you really need iRacing to stream. This is going to be completely difficult. I have to say though, that 19 of Amir, that's one spicy car. A red and black, perfect color combination.
You're just
So
saying that
if
'cause
anyone
he's
out there has a
sponsoring
red
the
and black
league.
car, just saying you might get some extra TV time. What is that sponsor though on Eric Heater?
I cannot read that very well. I believe it's his own paint scheme. It's Metallica on the back of it.
He usually does race his own paint schemes, but it looks like he is giving a shout out to Metallica on the back. So if anyone decides to give him a little bump, they're gonna see that quite nicely. And speaking of bumps, Daytona and the Acra cars is a interesting combination. You can't bump trap whatsoever, or you will send that guy into the inside or outside wall and either bring out a yellow, or they're going to be annoyed at you as pace car is off when we come to the green flag.
Now it's interesting here. Here in the second row we have both. Well, as Amir gets a terrible start, we have Bryn and his teammate David. You thinking the teammate's gonna let him slot in, or you think they're gonna race each other hard?
Honestly, I'm not sure. It looks like they are racing each other hard though. His track position will matter because it's really hard to gain your track position, but it's incredibly easy to lose it. As we've seen yesterday in a race that I am not allowed to talk about due to rights. But anyways, down on the back stretch, Amir Page gets a shove, well, arrow push by the 8 car of, I'm not sure what his name is. I don't have my list in front of me.
Does look like Amir has edged out Heater, and Heater's being swallowed by the field. Really shows you how important that draft is, particularly down the back stretch.
Oh, that's Bryn in the 8 car. He has a different number this year, so gotta get used to it. Used to be a slide from Amir on the inside, but he'll keep all together in one piece. Eric here all the way back there. I looked down at my sheet for a second and he's in the back, but he is trying to game up some time.
As the teammates of Brandon David are restoring him.
Due to the smaller field, we're probably not going to see that many yellows and probably some careful drivers, but as soon as I say that,
Doesn't
David
get
peeks to the inside or not quite yet, but it looks like he is hugging that yellow line, waiting for that door to open up. Zachary Thornton with a run on the outside being pushed by Amir in the 19.
Looks like Amir's been held out to dry on the outside lane. Unless the 20 of Brady Floyd is able to get up and push him. I think he's going to start falling back.
Yeah, it looks like the 20 is trying to be out there for himself by being on that inside line. He probably isn't going to be too happy on that outside, but he is trying to hang on for dear life. He's gaining some momentum though. Zachary Thornton actually has to come up to block him. Amir didn't like that, so he gave him a shove as they both save it somehow. Incredible driving by these two. Saving that car, especially the Yarka car, is very hard. They aren't meant to bump at all. Amir definitely doesn't want to be still on that inside line. He's trying to get any opportunity to get to that front. He's taken every chance he's gotten so far, and he's putting on a good show. So, Amir, if you're watching this, huge props to you, so we have something to talk about instead of single file. So who are our drivers in this race that are making their first debut in the series? We have Eric Heater in the 28, and who's in the 20?
Brady Floyd.
Brady Floyd. We haven't seen him at all. I gotta get used to saying that name. Man, I want iRacing. I'm gonna say that every single broadcast, but can't wait till I get iRacing back.
Yeah, you're also a little delayed on it. It's like a half a second delay between what you see and what you say.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Discord right now because that's more up to date than the live stream, because the live stream is, like you said, half a second behind, or yeah, half a second behind. Zachary Thornton in that Monster Energy car hugging the yellow line, trying to see if he can duck low. Looks like he'll get around Amir, as Amir will forced to be going to the inside. Or it looks like Amir wants to stay out there, see if he can get any momentum.
He does have a hell of a run. Brings him almost behind Thornton, the side-by-side with Gibbs here.
Oh boy, big moment right there. You don't have ATVO set up for camera angles?
Nope.
Alright. Guess that's something we'll work on during the week.
Yep. Looks like Amir's finally decided that, I just scratched that. I think he's just trying to stay in the opposite lane of Thornton at this point. Yep, he slinks to the outside and Thornton goes to the inside.
if we get a chance, we'll have to bring up Amir here in the booth, see what his thoughts are. He is a broadcaster, but he is staying silent on the Discord page for the race.
Seems like Casey's falling way off the pack. He's 22 seconds behind Bryn right now. I wonder if something happened when he was off screen, or if he's just simply isn't the type of person to be a slow driver.
I had noticed Casey's style. Oh, Amir up into the wall.
Now we have a four-horse
Looks like
race.
they'll get it back together. But as I was saying, Casey does tend to stay in the back for these plate races. He usually stays out of trouble, and then by the end of it, he's usually in the first or second position trying to fight for that win.
I mean, that's how he won the Talladega race last year, or last season, if I'm not mistaken. Just sat in the back, avoided wrecks, and then when the restarts came, he was out front and ended up winning it.
And it's a good strategy, except with this pack of only, how many cars do you on the field? Like 7?
8.
8? Okay. A little better. But not as many cars on the track, but not as many cautions. So right now, not much is going on. They're trying to stay single file. As Amir wrecked, now we have no fun whatsoever.
Amir's pitting currently.
Oh, he probably got damaged. Zachary Thorin to the outside of David Gibbs, trying to see if he can steal that second spot, or if he might drop back to third, but at this point, he's not going to lose anything. That looks like he'll have to slot back in line. At 20 though, Floyd. What's his first name?
Brady.
Brady. I keep on wanting to say George, but that's a political statement right there. Brady Floyd isn't staying content on that inside either. So is everyone just behind these guys all spread out, or?
No, it seems like the top 3 are split about a half a second gap to the back 3, and then there's 2 that Casey and Amir that are way back there. Sort of 3 packs are forming, and none of them can really break away from each other.
Well, this front pack is getting pretty racy as we see David Gibbs to the outside of Bryn trying to take that lead. It all depends on who Zachary Thorin wants to help out, if he'll help out David or if he'll help out that inside. Looks like he's helping out that outside lane, hoping that David would probably be nice in return, but it looks like that 8 of Bryn George is staying in the lead on that inside. He can't get enough momentum.
Ooh, very tight one.
Ooh, barely slots back in line. That was the aggressive move. Maybe Bryn had to check up a little bit, give him the benefit of the doubt.
Might also have been a little bit on that code. Ooh, and as they come by the lap, Amir can be
Zachary
happy
Thorin
with this.
trying to get some draft from him, but that's just going to make him go back down to the 3rd position. Didn't quite work out for him.
Amir's gonna be happy that he has some draft to stick to now. And judging by the amount of time it took with this pit stop, I wouldn't be surprised if he got fresh tires and fuel. 19-second stop. That's definitely, he got a bunch. If not just right side tires.
He might have just taken fuel and manually repaired that damage.
That's true.
But taking fuel, that'll put him in good shape at the end. Or if there is a caution, he is the first car 1 lap down. It looks like Amir wants to get that lead, well, get on the lead lap himself. He's trying to go with the owner, Zachary Thornton, on the outside.
See, but now he's in a tricky position because if he passes him and then ends up wrecking or hitting the wall, then he's liable to a penalty, assuming because he's a lapped car that got in the way of the leaders. If I were him, I would just stick to the bumper of Thornton there and hopefully they drag him through.
Yeah, if he were to make a mistake, but on the other side of that story, he would be able to get his lap back if there was a caution to come out. So, it is a risk, but that's the driver's decision to make. Is Brady Floyd, not George Floyd, is catching up to this pack, and they'll make it a 5.5 car battle. I'm going to say Amir is half of a car because he's a lap down.
Yeah, because then here soon Heater and Floyd are both catching up, so.
Oh, Heater's behind Floyd trying to get that draft from him.
Opposite. Floyd behind Heater.
Yes, you're correct. We have 60 laps here at Daytona. I'm completely unaware of what lap we actually are on.
18.
But 18, okay. So not even halfway yet.
We're getting there. Only 4 away from halfway.
Oh, I can see 18, so I'll just have to switch to the live rule.
Yeah.
Which this time on my screen it's working, so I don't sound completely oblivious to what's going on around me.
If I were Ramiro now, I'd be tiptoeing around. Like, sure, yes, you know you have the speed where you can hang with these guys, but you don't want to be the reason for a wreck, especially as a lap car. Like, I would be tiptoeing very careful. I wouldn't be the one to personally do a move. I would follow somebody. You just don't want to risk it on a lap car.
True, but right now, that 19 car isn't making too many risks. He's just kind of sitting there, trying to bide his time, and hope for that caution to come out. Which, at this point, I have no idea if that caution will come out. But
Or for when they need to pit.
that is true. They are going to have to pit a few times, which that in itself might spread out the field, or there might be a wreck on pit road.
Well, they only need to pit once tonight. Thornton forgot to put it on 50% fuel. But I don't think these ARCA cars have enough fuel to make it even with 100% fuel. I don't think they have a big enough gas canister, or gas tank.
Zach tends to do that, put it only on, or forget to change the fuel.
You know, for a little bit there, it looked like the 28 was right on the tail of these guys, but I think he's just sort of holding fast just outside of their draft.
Yep. How about we get some other camera angles to try and look at the first place car of the 88?
Oh, as they come around the route Casey Grid.
Now Amir has to battle Casey.
Especially if a caution comes out right about now, he needs to be ahead of Casey when that.
Oh, so there might be a caution. It just came off screen, but it looks like Amir barely got into the back of AC, which sent him up into the wall. Can't really do
Doesn't
anything
look
right
like
now,
damage
so
to
you could
either.
watch the replay of that.
Well, it definitely hasn't helped either of Casey's. Now, the mirror's all the way in the back of, behind Tristan. Now, Casey's nowhere near the draft.
Casey just lost the draft again.
I'm sure there's going to be words exchanged between Paige and, Casey after the race for that.
Oh, I'm sure. They used to be teammates, so. Doesn't look like there's any damage to that 19 car, though.
Doesn't look like there's damage to either, luckily.
Just broken hard.
As we're halfway through this race, still looks like a normal pack race. So far, it's anyone's game. You know, a few good laps, and we're right up at the front right now.
Up is that 88 car. David Gibbs is on the outside, trying to make some stuff happen.
You mean Zachary Thornton?
Okay, my camera angles are completely dumb. But yes, Zachary Thorin in that 35 car. They're both black, okay? Alright, I'm looking on the stream right now. Gonna read some of the comments. It looks like Wolfgang Hoffman said, and racing is our game. I'm not quite sure what he was referring to there. But, and then Nathan Terpstra, who's the driver of the 21, said, have I missed anything? And the answer to that question is, no, you have not. There have been no cautions, and it's pretty much been single file, except some people not trying to be compliant.
Like Amir, who's still on the outside.
Oh yeah, Amir still wants that outside lane to work. Because Amir is in that theoretical third position, even though he's a lap car.
I think theoretical second. I think he's ahead of, yeah, he is ahead
Okay,
of
well,
Bryn.
now he's ahead of Bryn.
I'm sorry.
If this is the first race of this league does green, I'm going to be impressed, and I'm also going to be depressed at the same time because there's not much to talk about.
Mm-hmm. It's because now it's the minimum. That's why. They actually fixed the problem.
I didn't realize how many rookies there actually were.
I don't think it's that. I think it's one, it's a Sunday night, and two, maybe it is the rookies. I don't know. I am interested to see how they're doing on fuel right about now. Because even with 100% fuel tank, I don't think the Acra cars have enough fuel tank to go 45 laps. But I could be.
Maybe Amir
wrong.
could go the rest of it because of his pit stop, but these other guys aren't. As talked with the owner, he said there would be supposed to be 2 stops, but because it's a 100% fuel, I assume that's going to make it down to a one-stop race. So that means that this pit stop is going to be extremely critical.
That means Amir's might be able to get his lap back, but that's assuming if he's able to stick with the pack. So right now, if I was Amir, I'd hope that now everybody pits at 1. So if everybody pits as 1, then he's going to have a lap without the draft. Then he has a chance of just not being in the draft for the rest of the race.
I did not pick fuel.
Oh, you didn't?
Alright, so
No,
Amir
definitely.
just gave us confirmation that he did not pit for fuel, which means he has to pit with everybody else. And hope that there is a caution. Which, there is a good chance of being a caution coming down pit road. Someone misses their braking point, they slam into the back of whoever and cause a big pileup on pit road.
Like me this track last year, or last season. Missed my braking point, brakes locked, and slammed into my teammate, causing a bit of a kerfuffle at pit road.
Oh, I remember that race. For context, there were 2 groups pitting. The first group was Casey and Amir's team were pitting because they had a large group. And I was a part of that group. We were clean. And drivers afterwards were bragging about how clean it was. And then that second group, there was a big mishap. I'll just say that.
I was at the back of that group. I locked my brakes coming off of the oval, and needless to say, absolutely ran into Zachary Cox's car, which was not good for our team that day.
Zachary Cox, he's above D class, I assume, right?
Yeah.
He definitely drives like it.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
but he's
scored.
not in this race today. He'll
No, he
probably
won't.
be in the street stock. It's the 51 car. Yellow and blue.
He is work, like a lot of work until for like a month from what I remember.
Oh, dang, so we might not see him at all.
Maybe in the later half of the season.
There would be something happening for the lead right now, except Amir's a lap down trying to pass the 88 of David Gibbs. Everybody else is below him on the inside, all single file still. As we reach to complete lap, my thing froze.
32.
Yes, lap 32.
I'm wondering how, because Casey's been out of the draft for a while and it doesn't show it, but I wonder where he is right now.
You could switch to him real quick.
He is currently 20 seconds ahead of me.
Got it, so you guys are catching him.
Proceed rapidly.
Well, wait,
I'm
Amir,
pretty sure
since you're
Amir-
in here, what's the fuel situation looking like? Do you have enough fuel to make it to the end without pitting?
Well, as of now, we have 13.6 estimated fuel.
Which would be enough to make it to the end, barely.
Yes.
Alright, so that's going to ruin that. Oh, we probably shouldn't bring Amir up here. He just tapped the wall. But Amir is our in-race analyst. So that's going to be your job role from now on. You can't disagree with us. You're the in-race analysis. Oh, wow. Is there a caution for that?
No. One car.
Single car spin, but that completely ruined your day right there.
Yeah, it's ruined my day the first time I spun. Because nobody's gonna race and they're not gonna wreck.
Give me a nice shot of the 20 car of Floyd. Brady Floyd. Brady is going to yell at me afterwards.
I think everybody's gonna yell at you. I think if you've butchered everyone's name at least once.
Okay, no. What's his name? He commented Nathan Terpstra. That's how you pronounce it. That's how I've been pronouncing it.
Yeah, I butchered his name on the practice run.
Which, unfortunately, that video is still live for people to listen and get comic relief after the first 15 minutes where I didn't know we were live and we actually were. Oh, that 8-car bring just taps the apron, but he's able to save that. Looks like he is trying to hoping to get a run. So that last lap, I assume we're going to see a lot of action. Probably a caution and maybe a green-white checkered. Who knows? But right now, still single file. Still nothing to talk about because everybody is playing nice.
Ten to go. Nothing's changed.
We have the top 5 all over in a blanket though. Actually, the top 6 cars all under a blanket. So if someone wants to make a move, we definitely could see that happen. Brain wants to go to the outside, the 20 follows him, and everybody is still in this race, even the person in 6. Actually, I wouldn't count out Amir either because they get racy, they get a caution, and it's on from there. You just can't get lapped again.
Speaking of getting lapped again, I believe Casey's right around this corner. Unless I'm mistaken, he's on the back stretch as they're rounding 2 now.
There's a 20 car hops the outside. He wants to get something done, but no one goes with him and he slots back in line.
And now 20 cars in a rough spot. Nobody hears his teammate. And, well, him as well as I believe Tristan and Heater. And they're the only cars from their team. So they don't really have a ability to work together like Bryn and Brennan Gibbs have.
Yep, Bryn and David are teammates, so they're probably going to work together until the very end. And right now they are controlling this race. The 20 of Brady Floyd, he's on a team with the 14 of Caleb Nickel and the 4 of Tristan Rivers.
Wait,
Colin Anderson is on the team, but I have no idea what number he is because his number was 23, and that was given to Mike Rosero, who's teammates with Casey and Heater. But their team is the KMRN Rivers Motorsports. That's a mouthful.
Oh, so Heater does, Heater does have a teammate. It's just Casey, who's currently a lap down.
Casey,
and,
who's
doesn't prefer,
nowhere to be found.
Yeah. I mean, this is a rough start for Casey, but one, it's a solid 8th place points, which when we have more people, that's going to matter. And we all know that Casey can do very well on 1.5 miles and more cookie cutter tracks.
Yep, and the short tracks too. Casey's very good at those. So, even the first race, he'd still be a championship threat. 8 points, as you said, is not bad. Plus, for all 3 of the series, they have 2 drops. So, that allows drivers to be aggressive or take a break to go out to dinner with their hot date or whatever. But, you know, you should do iRacing because iRacing.
This is the one who doesn't own it.
Well, I did own it. I'm just in college and my laptop can't handle it.
That's fair. I'm just messing with you.
Full field situation. We have about 6.3 laps to go, and it's about 3 laps to go. 4 laps to go.
Alright, so you guys are more than good on fuel.
Well, Eric's pretty good, so.
Wait, it's 6 to go, and how many laps of fuel do you have?
5.8 estimated.
Oh, so it's going to be close.
Very.
Maybe the leaders who aren't in the draft are going to have to pit. So that'll give us a very close ending as Casey Drake is staying high. Do not get out of the way as he's very close to the wall. He might be skimming it.
But as you just saw, Brady just took the lead. You think maybe that was intentional? Just both Gibbs and Bryn just trying to save some fuel and try to make sure.
Oh
they can
yeah,
make the
maybe.
run.
They've been wasting the most fuel, so it makes sense. Drop back, get in that draft, see if you can save enough fuel just to make it to the end. That's all you care about. But the 20 car, he being in the back, he was able to save fuel. So even the 20 car has a chance to make it too. It's a chess match right now, seeing who can make it.
If one of them runs out of fuel right now in that pack, they're all under a blanket, we'll call it massive problems.
Yep, we have seen that before in the final race before the playoffs in the street stocks of Legacy, Texas, where the 57 car was trying to make it to the end on fuel, ran out, caused a pileup, and people were not quite too happy at him.
I believe that was Legacy, Michigan.
It could have been. Oh yeah, that was Michigan.
Yep, I eventually won that race.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I tapped the wall trying to avoid a wreck.
Yeah. I somehow won that race.
Still, I need to give context on that for anyone who wasn't a part of that race. There was a final wreck at the end between the 25 and...
The 57.
No, 25 and the 77 of Ace.
Oh yeah.
There was a wreck there. I went high to go avoid it. I tapped the wall. I ended up coming in second, but Amir, who avoided all of it, was able to get his first win in the... Well, the league name was different then. The CRL race. Because Casey finally gets the draft. He's 2 laps down now, so his chances of winning this thing, even if there's a caution, are done. Because according to the CRL rulebook, after a yellow, you will get waived until you can fight for the lucky dog position. So going 2 laps down, that's going to crush your abilities tremendously.
At this moment in time, I will have to pit. I'm at 2.1 currently.
Yeah.
Well, it is going to be very close. As Heater up to the second position. Maybe David in that 88 is really trying to save some fuel because he's been leading this entire race and burning the most fuel out of everybody as Casey comes to pit road.
Now Casey's
Who's been
out
by
on
himself
those
most of the
yeah.
time, so Casey's also been burning a lot of fuel, and today is not a good day for that. What's his number? For that 87 machine. I got some references to help me out. Just not a lot.
"23-second pit for him, so that's a splashing guy." Yeah, no, he's gone. As the leaders come around, this is white flag.
They are going to try and make it to the end. Is that 88 car? He is out of gas, it looks like. He was not able to save enough fuel. He was 1 lap short. Almost made it to the end. Let's see if that 20 car can survive. He is going on the inside. Very aggressive move. From the 28, going on to his outside, trying to pass him. 28's been saving his stuff, so I'm sure he is great on fuel right now. Is the 8 car of Bryn is trying to follow the 20 through. 3 wide on the back. Tristan Rivers in that 4 car on the outside as Heater decides to push him instead of making it 3 wide as he comes up to block the 28 coming to the checkered flag. Here they come out of 3. The 4 is sideways. It's a 4 car battle to the flag. Zachary Thorin around. And the 20 car in his debut race in the CRL. Oh, what's the sponsor? Amir Page Tech Arca Series.
And it does look like right at the line that Bryn ran out of fuel.
That's just
Unlucky
me.
for the two drivers. There.
That race.
All right, so you
This
want to go
race
back
is very
momentarily, and we'll try and bring up the top 3 finishers.
Yep.
All
Bring 'em
right, we'll go in opposite order so the 20 can do his celebratory burnouts.
Oh goodness. Ugh.
Actually, he might not do burnouts if he's out of fuel.
That'll be interesting. Go ahead and bring Heater up.
Okay, Heater was the 3rd place driver.
Yep.
Oh boy, all the way. Oh, he's not in Supermax. Is Heater in the chat? I do not see Heater in the chat.
Actually, it does look like Brady Floyd has run out of fuel right on the start finish.
Oh, right on the start finish line. He can't burn it down, but he can receive that checkered flag. It doesn't look like Heater is in the chat, so I can't bring him up.
Eric Eater.
Oh, there's Eric Heater. Heater, we're in the booth. Do you copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, can you give us your perspective coming to that checkered flag? Most action we've seen all day.
Yeah, I was just a bit disappointed there. I was getting from what I heard from Talon and what it looked like in my fuel that they weren't going to make it since they're battling early and whatever. But that wasn't the case. They made it, and I just had way too much extra fuel basically. So I didn't really need to save there, I guess. So instead of going to the front when I had the opportunity, I just stayed behind. So I guess that was the wrong move. And
Okay,
then
well.
we got shuffled there when the 4 made his move.
Well, you did get 3rd, so it is a good point stay for you. Thank you for your time. We'll put you back in a chat, and then I guess you can go somewhere because I don't know where you were. Alright, so we saw some dual burnouts from the 20 car, your winner, and the team owner, Tristan Rivers. So we'll bring up Tristan. I'm sure he's a happy guy competing with the big dogs today and bringing home the win. I'm going to steal Tristan. Nope, he's not in his team chat either. I guess there's Tristan. I'm going to steal him. Hi Tristan, it's me and Harrison in the booth. You copy? So I'm sure you're a happy team owner today. Can you bring us through what your emotions were like on that last lap?
I got a big run and I just decided to go outside, and the 28, he was shoving me hard. It was gonna be me or my teammate 20, and at the end of it, I kept on getting hit too hard, and Brady won, and shoot.
Well, it's a great day for you guys at the KMRN camp over there. So have fun celebrating.
Thank you.
And the 20 car isn't... Oh, there's a 20 car. I'll bring him up real quick. Hi, Brady. It's Harrison and Matt in the booth. You copy?
I got you.
Alright, so one heck of a win. We saw a lot of fuel strategy being played out. Were you confident coming to the flag, or were you questioned at all being able to make it?
I was pretty confident. I mean, I had at least a lap over pretty much the whole time. We did a good job sitting in the back, running as little throttle as we could, just saving fuel. I think whoever was leading the 88 ran out there at the end, David. I kind of knew he was gonna. We didn't really want to lead from the start.
So right away, I assume you guys knew you had 100% fuel. So from the very
Yeah.
beginning, did you know that you needed to save fuel to make it?
Um,
Or was it like all of a sudden a shock? I might not make it on fuel.
well, it was kind of a shock that we were even that close, but I mean, we were close, but we weren't in question of running out, so everything kind of just fell into our laps since we decided to run in the back anyway.
I have a question for you.
Shoot.
What was the um strategy? Like how to was y'all trying to like race to the front after a while, or did y'all want to like just stay at the back, or just like
Well, they were getting pretty racy at the front, so Tristan and I were just kind of hanging back. We said we were gonna start making moves with 15 to go, but the field was so small, and we were able to split up Amir and Zach. Oh, well, I guess you and Zach at the end. So we kind of took one team out of contention. So I just said, since we're sitting third and fourth, we can save fuel more and just ride behind until we need to make our move. So I think the defining moment was when Casey was coming a lap down. We had a really good run, and then I continued to get a really good run off Casey because he was staying high. So we kind of used him. We sent it 3 wide, and I was able to clear for the lead. And then I just never really looked back.
good? Did y'all are anticipating a wreck, weren't y'all?
I mean, not really. The field's only 8 cars, and then we lost Casey before the start, and Amir, you were in and out of it. So
Yeah,
I mean,
cutting
I
out.
I figured 8 people or less could keep it straight the whole time.
Yep. All right. Well, congratulations on the win today.
Thank you guys. Debut winner.
Good job.
Yep. Congrats on the win.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you couldn't burn it down, but is there anyone you would like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my teammate Tristan. I got a little helper here behind me, Logan, just managing fuel and whatnot. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay, well, congrats on the win and have fun partying tonight. Don't party too hard.
Will do, will do. Thanks, guys.
Welcome. Well, that's it for tonight. The CRL Fair Page Tech ARCA series. Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
And that's it. All right.